Yeah, it's a new day, it's a new dawn. Good afternoon, everyone. As we have been discussing the geometric design of highways, we have came across a few elements so called. Yes, Hari Prasad, tell me, you have any doubts? Okay, no issues. So, I have already just dealt about and given a brief description how our geometric design is going to get affected. So, I have told various reasons like the vehicular characteristics might change the design likewise, and the human characteristics might change the design likewise, because because when we keep on driving on the road constantly we feel tired, and this is called monotony, doing the same work for a long repetitive hours, so we feel a kind of bore or tired. So in order to make the person alert, we need to be giving types of signs and giving slight deviations from the horizontal road likewise. So these are some of the factors I have told in the last class. Topography is one of the reason how we are going to design the highway, and we are presently discussing about what are the cross section elements of a highway are there. That means, for example, if we take a road, okay, if we take a road like this, or if we consider a highway, and when we want to consider just a cross section, what is this, guys? It's a cross section. So for a particular cross section, or for at a particular section of the road, so what are all the elements are there in a highway design or in a highway, and those cross sectional elements are the things we need to be designing. So in cross section, the first thing I have told is pavement characteristics, right? So in a cross section, or let us say on a cross section of a pavement, we have its texture. So we can see granular roads, so called flexible roads or flexible pavements. Sometimes it is also constructed in cement concrete, yes or no? In cement concrete likewise, the texture keeps on changing from the way we construct and by the way we construct and upon the climatic conditions. So we are going to design in such a way that how the road is going to be safe and economical for the driver point of view. For that, we need to learn what is a pavement and what is its surface characteristics, and what is a slope of a pavement, and how the width of the pavement is designed. And there are also a few things like medians, curbs, and road margins. So we need to know what is there in the particular cross section. Okay, guys, you don't think this is the entire design of the whole highway engineering. This is just a part of cross-sectional design. Similarly, yeah, yeah. Similarly, we have a pavement characteristic, and the other thing so-called side distances, horizontal and vertical design elements. So while we are talking on the cross section of a road, we are only talking about its cross section. And coming to that, we'll also talk about these horizontal alignments and also about the vertical alignments in the upcoming classes. So that is the design part of just a road. And also we have the design of traffic and as well as the pavement construction. We'll come to know about each of those one by one. So our present study is focusing on the cross-section elements of a highway. So for the first thing, what I told is the pavement characteristics. I have told that pavement characteristics have various features that is upon based on material, funds, volume, etc. And one of the important characteristics a pavement texture has, a pavement surface has is, yeah, is the friction. Yes or no? When we take a surface, the most important thing is its skid resistance. So that's a primary thing we need to take care of. And unevenness. When the road material are inappropriate, or the soil below the road is compacted or it's settled, we see that the road gets undulated like this. So yeah, like a kacha pacha. So during this unevenness, what happens to the driver is the driver feels fatigue. Yeah, the driver feels fatigue, and also the vehicular characteristic changes, like shock absorbers get damaged, speed gets reduced, vehicular maintenance increases, and fuel consumption increases. Likewise, yesterday we have dealt about the causes of friction, and as well as the effects and causes of unevenness also. And today we shall come across the light reflecting characteristics. Guys, I have taken a lot of time for you. Okay, so now, because there are much more elements, you guys will get confused. So for that reason, I have developed this timeline. Okay, so what is this timeline means? So these 9 elements I have drawn into 9 different shapes. Okay, so for each and every shape we are going to discuss is going to get highlighted, and as well as when we have discussed the particular cross section element, it is going to get red, and the other things are remaining. So just follow the series. These nine cross section elements are represented like this. Please be attentive, because I have taken, I think, 2 to 3 hours to make just this ppt. So I hope you'll make use of my time. I believe so. So in the yesterday's class, we have talked about friction, and how the friction is going to get affected because of the spillage and the unevenness. Yeah, and its values. And today we are going to discuss about the light reflecting characteristics. Say, for example, when we are traveling on a road like this, based on the lightning or based on the light that is falling on the road, it also reflects back. Okay, it also reflects back. So when the driver comes in the direction of the road, he faces difficulty seeing the seeing the light. So that's the important reason we need to maintain the type of texture for the driving purpose also. They say during the let us say daytime, white color gives a lot of glaring effect. That means on a hot sunny day, when we are constructing a cement road, it is going to get reflecting more because the white color are there. Similarly, during the dark or during the night times, okay, during the night times, when we are giving a dark color surface, or when we are giving a black coating or a black topping, it is affecting the visibility of the driver. That means the driver during the nights feels difficult when he is driving on a black topping road. Guys, can anyone please tell me what is a black topping road? Black topping. I've told you previously. Anyone? Black topping. Black top. Not laptop. Black top. Black top. No one. Okay. So I told the classification of highways. In that, in that we talk about no. So in that we talk about 2 types. Okay. So number one is based on the surface. One is called black topping, and the other is called white topping. So the black topping means bituminous roads. Similarly, white topping itself is cement, concrete roads. Okay. So this IRC says that during the morning times, white toppings are risky. During night times, we see that black topping is risky. So we need to provide appropriate lighting during the construction. Yeah. It's not about the soil, it's about the materials what we use. It's not the soil, it's the materials. Similarly, cement roads and bituminous roads. Okay. Say, for example, we can go beyond the discussion. Okay, let me tell you. Say, for example, when we want to design a road in Kerala, it rains a lot in Kerala. So, in situations like that, we tend to construct more cement roads only rather than bituminous roads. So, based on the climatic condition and based on the lightning, based on the lighting what we have there, depends on how our geometric design is going to be. So, that's one of the pavement characteristics. And now we are coming to the second most pavement cross section elements, that is camber. So a camber can also be called as cross slope. So we have discussed cross slope, right? For example, this when this is a road, okay, the road will be in such a way that like this, okay. Though we may not be able to see or distinguish the slanting or cross slope, okay. So we usually tend to travel in this way, or vice versa, no issues. Yeah. So our road will be like this. So this is the cross slope. What is this, guys? Cross slope. So this cross slope is provided mainly to prevent the entry of a surface water. That means when it rains, okay? When it rains, yeah, when it rains, it all the water should get drained out. Okay, that's one of the reason. And also, it also prevents the drivers to skid from the particular location. It also helps us to avoid the water getting into the pavement from the subsurface soil. So basically the soil will be at the bottom, right? Based on the subsurface water, water can come upwards, or based on the rain, the water can come and just stagnate on the road. Due to this, accidents might cause. So that's one of the reasons why we provide this cross slope like this. Whether you have observed it or not, the roads will be very cross, but it is not so cross that we can identify it while driving. So we can just go like that. Okay. Now, so we can see here it is used for the drainage purpose, and as well as you know it also prevents the layers to getting prevented, or to avoid water getting into it from the top and bottom surface. Yeah, and this is the main reason why we need to provide a good camber. It's also called cross slope. Guys, I'm using the important terminology. Please try to remember. This is called cross slope or camber, or it is also called cant. Okay, what is that? Cant. So by tomorrow, I think I have the first class. We shall solve the problems based on this one. Yeah. See, we see that providing the camp also, we should be very alert. It should be very alert, because it might lead to the tilting of vehicles, because when we give more slope, okay, when we give more slope, what happens? The vehicles might topple from the pavement. Yes or no? Similarly, some high wheels, say suppose heavy laden trucks, in some of the regions will be having trucks like that. Those are called heavy laden trucks. This is a cross section. Say suppose heavy laden trucks. Based on this camber, there's a possibility that the vehicles might topple also. And not only that, the road also gets damaged very soon. That's called cross rutting because of the rain. So that is why we need to provide utmost or the optimum slopes, cross slopes for the pavement. So IRC has given us the recommendations. Yeah, IRC has given us the recommendations how the cross slopes are to be provided. Guys, by tomorrow, everyone try to learn these formulas. Okay, these are quite important formulas, at least to solve basic problems in gate. So the IRC has given the recommendation. What is the percentage or what is the cross slope we need to give for a particular, yeah, for particular road or for particular carriageway. Guys, just remember, I'm calling it as carriageway, CARRIAG, carriageway. So the way which is taking the carriage is called carriageway, simply in terms roads. Okay. So this carriageway should be having the cross slope percentage like this. Okay. For example, when we are talking for cement concrete or high type bituminous surface, that means high quality roads, the cross slope should be 2 to, yeah, 2 to 1.7%. In the sense, for heavy rainfall, we provide 2%. For low rainfall, 1.7%. Guys, how many of you know what is exactly mean by 1 in N? How many of you? 1 in N? At least tell me how many of you would like me to explain what is exactly 1 in N? When we are talking or when we are talking about a slope, what is the slope of 1 in N or yeah, 1 is to N called? No one. Okay, no issues. Tomorrow we shall solve the problems based on this. Okay. Yeah. This is 2% to 1.7%. Similarly for thin bituminous surfaces. Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah. Similarly for waterborne macadam roads and for gravel pavements, we give the percentage from 3 to 2.5%. You need to remember all these values, guys. Similarly for earthen roads, the payment camber should be given from 4 to 3%. So we shall talk about this in detail tomorrow. Remember all these values for the exam point of view. They won't give this value to solve the problems. Okay. Now, so yesterday I was talking about WBM roads, isn't it? Yeah. So what is exactly waterborne macadam, or what are WBM means? This guy name is John McDam. So what is McDam means? His name is called McAdam. So as the years passed by, people have started calling him Macadam, Macadam, Macadam. Okay, fine. And today, what this McDam has proposed a new technique is that number one, we are going to prepare this upgrade, guys. A new word, subgrade. That is bottommost layer of the pavement. Okay. So first of all, we need to prepare this upgrade, and thereby we arrange the aggregates for around 7.5 centimeters thick. Okay. So 7.5 centimeters thick aggregates we are going to spread on the road, and followed by we do the dry rolling. Okay. This is called dry rolling. And the second purpose, what we do is we apply the screeners, or they are called filters also. Okay. And later on they put the soil or sand based on the type of construction. And whereas for bituminous roads, they apply bitumen. To your understanding, they apply tar. Okay. Layer by layer. And then they apply water. And then you know what they do? Again, they do wet rolling. So this is rolling second time. And yeah, and then fill with sand or a filler materials. So actually, I just want to show you what exactly the process they do in these types of construction. So these type of roads are called macadam roads, and the top, since it is related, or since it is incorporated with this water, we are calling it as water bound macadam. So here what they do is they will be applying layer by layer and then compact. But whereas when we talk about another word called wet mix macadam, they'll mix all at the site, that means at the plant, and then they will put on the road like cement concrete roads. They are called wet mix macadam. Okay, getting back to our cross sectional elements, we were talking about camber, right? So these are one of the important formulas in the transportation or in the highway engineering, what we need to remember. So as I have told you, yeah, as I have told you, this is going to be the camber. Yeah, this is going to be the camber. So this camber can be provided in many ways. Number one, this is called the parabolic camber, and number two, this is called the straight line camber, and the third one is a combination of the three, where it is a bit difficult to execute in the field. But anyways, it is the optimistic and you know optimum techniques to be followed. But mostly people follow straight line camber mostly. Okay, now this part is called the crown. What is this, guys? This part is called the crown. This part is called the crown. So they'll be asking you, for example, this is a ground, okay? This is a ground. If you want to construct a road like this, anyone who are interested to draw how a road should come? I mean, who is ready to draw a road for me right now? Anyone interested to draw how the road is to be constructed? Okay, then where is that guy? Karthik 31. Please raise your hand. Yeah. No. Yeah, you can draw the road. Okay. Now, I believe you have the annotations and you can draw. That's okay. Yeah. For example, you know what they'll do? When I was talking about the surveying, the last surveying after the detailed surveying or the preliminary surveying is that they will put the pegs, right? They'll put the pegs at the center. Okay, pegs at the outer edge. So what they'll do, they will mark the level. Okay, okay. Where's this guy? Yes, Raman. Yes, please ask me. Okay. So what they'll do during this surveying process? Yeah. During this serving process, they'll be putting this kind of pegs in the during the alignment. So in order to calculate this height, okay, in order to calculate this height, we need these formulas. So we need to calculate what is the height of the crown. Okay. So we need to calculate the what is the height of the crown. Okay. So these are the quite important formulas. Yeah. These are the quite important formulas. We need to calculate the height. So when they have fixed the height, they'll join the road like this. Okay. Layer by layer. So this shall be the edge, and from here they shall continue to fill the road. That is how a camber is filled. Okay, not from the edge to the top. From the top to the edges, they'll be pulling like this. Okay. So in order to calculate the crown, the first formula is y equal to 2x square by nw. No issues. I'll write it down tomorrow. You don't have to worry much. Okay. And the second is W by 2n for linear curves. So remember this formula where the n is, we have n in the both the formulas, right? Where n is these surfaces. Okay. So in order to calculate the height of the crown, so yeah, in order to calculate the height of the crown, we need to remember these n values. So each and everything is 1 by n value. Okay. Yeah, that's why please remember the formulas tomorrow while coming to the class. So evening I shall post you the notes. Okay. Now, so this is a brief description about what the cross slope or the camber or the cant. And the next topic we are going to discuss is width of the pavement. Yeah, please cut the call. Please leave the call and come by 4:10. Okay. So I'll join everyone at by 4:10 sharply. So don't go anywhere. The attendance have not yet been taken. 45 members on total. Yeah, please attend the class soon. So you guys can leave soon. Take a minute a break and then please join in a minute. Okay.